Okay. Yeah, Chipa, you can show the text. Bodhisattva Garland. Okay. So now today we're going to begin with the first the stanza. After homage, the actual meaning of good morning. Actual meaning of this text is begin with the so the first stanza here. So discard all lingering doubt and strive with dedication in your practice. Okay, so we're going to stay with this two line today. Okay. As commentary for this two line is the path of teaching, the third chapter, right? It's third chapter. It's third chapter, yeah. Third chapter called How to Choose the Three Secret Scriptural Basket. Means three treatises. So as here say, discard all lingering doubt. Thus we should now what kind of doubt, and then doubt on what, and then how it's discarding, how it discarded, how it disposed, right? So here teaching directly saying the doubt on the path for enlightenment, doubt on path for nirvana. That's the talking here. And also it's saying the doubt is while you are practicing, right, meditation, then you shouldn't have a doubt. That's the kind of saying here. Otherwise, not saying you shouldn't have a doubt while you study it. We must have a doubt when we study it. And also when we, as well as we are, when we're contemplating, also we should have a doubt. So how much you have a doubt, that much your study will be the better. So you can learn better. So we must have a doubt on it while we're doing the study and contemplating, but we shouldn't have a doubt while we're doing meditation or practicing. So that's the talks here. And in general, any activities or any decision in our daily life, the important that need to be clear the doubt first, then we can move forward. Well, will be the better. So and we look at the commentary, the general meaning on the commentary is saying what is the path for enlightenment and nirvana, and more emphasizing saying the tantra is the best path for enlightenment and nirvana. So I'm just making brief that the commentary. The tantra is the best path, especially the mentioning one kind of tantra practice, doha. It is earlier. The Indian Pandit Saraha composed that book, right? So tantra is the best, is saying, but it is best, but while you do practice, you should do practice with the three training, which is morality and concentration and wisdom. So otherwise, if you do not do any, not engage the tantra practice properly, then you will not have any result. So, and it's not only that harms to you, it could be harms to others. So this is the summary of the commentary. So that I'm not going to repeat it. But anyhow, at the beginning of the part, it explains what is TTC's doctrines means in here regarding Buddhist. Because the TTC is the which we can discuss all lingering doubt, right? So if you want to doubt, you need more study that kind of things. So therefore, it's explain what is meaning of the treatise and the terms of treatise. The Sanskrit language called Shastra in treatises. And then the Buddha's text, which is a Bhavikiti, or that is a Shastra. And then when we translate it to Tibetan, it has two syllables, danger. Shastra translated into danger. Danger, then is either you engage or teaching. That's the meaning of the teaching or engaging practice, right? And je means change or transformed. So that's mentioned in the comment, like a commentary, which I'm going to read here. It says the treatises protect one from some harms and reveal the path to happiness. They turn you away from the what's it? How can you pronounce ABYSS?
Abyss.
Abyss. Okay, thank you. So from the abyss of the lower realm, that which present excellently the profound ethical norms of what to adapt and what to discard, and transform you into Buddha. The full protection of abandonment and realizations, that too is a treatise. So when we give it the meaning of the treatises, then you understand what we're learning it, right? So something that you can change. So generally, we're giving a definition for Buddhism. It says anything that object, when you engage, it let you overcome by a cause of suffering. That is Buddhism. The we define that way. Same that Therese has defined it is like something that protect you or brings you something. To protect you free from any kind of suffering, to simple suffering up to the higher suffering, and then also that brings you happiness. Same way that simple to high level of happiness, which is high level of happiness, which I'm counting here, nirvana and Buddhahood. So that's the meaning treatises, actually what you are studying it, right? Okay, so, but then it says why you shouldn't have a doubt when you actually engage the practice. It is a lot of disturbed to complete your practice, right? It's like the cushion which has a lot of thorn, you cannot sit well. So it too much disturbed everywhere, like you have to move a lot, right? Or that like the cushion which is a lot of bumpy, then you cannot comfortably sit on it. Same way, while you do practice, engage meditation, and then having doubt a lot, it's just not, it's like a bumpy cushion. It's kind of makes you comfortable, or you can move forward. Do you understand? Right? So, okay. So because that, you say, okay, that you begin practice with some kind of compassion, right? And then try to follow the instruction at the beginning. And then when you follow it, and then caution comes, right? And then you're thinking loud on these cautions. And then, so then, okay, then you will not comfortable with the continuous complete death meditation because a lot of questions comes, right? So if you do not have any doubt while you do meditation practice, instead of doubt, you have a strong trust and faith, then you can continue go on as an instruction. So we cannot follow as an instruction, or we cannot complete any practice because that in the middle, a lot of doubt comes, a lot of thoughts comes, which is distracted, right? Which is distracted to your meditation. So therefore, you shouldn't have any doubt, and questioning while you do practice. It's mentioning also the Nagarjuna's letter to friend, and also Vasubandhu. You shouldn't have while you do practice, because wrong view never let you have like an aspiration to engage in some kind of good path, some kind of engaging for good result, because wrong view will not let you do that. And then improper moral ethics will be brings you the wrong path, and there's like a doubt never let you move forward. That's the say it. So there's three things you can apply for anything, right? Not just it has to be meditation practice, which we're saying. Any activities in your daily life, any kind of big decisions. I think if you have a wrong view, then we will not have any interesting on it. So for easy example, who do not believe that future life and previous life, then it cannot follow exactly instruction in the Buddhism practice, right? So because you would not believe on it. So then if you not properly follow the moral ethics, then always the path goes wrong. And as well as tesum, right? Doubt, not let you complete or move forward. So these three are danger. It says mentioning in Vasubandhu text as well. And also, when we give the definition for doubt, it says the doubt will never let you engage some kind of virtue deeds, and also say always disturb to understanding which is right and wrong. You know, the doubt, that's the said, always disturb to you to understand right and wrong, and not let you engage or not let you abandon which is wrong. So that's said in even this text book. The mentioning is it's difficult to attain enlightenment who has a doubt. All this is the same meaning. All this taking while you do practice, never have a doubt. Okay, so that's the saying. So regarding that, maybe we can a little bit contemplating on what is the doubt, right? What is doubt? So what is doubt for you actually? What do you think about doubt?
I have a doubt, like concentration wise. I don't know if that fits in or not.
No, what is doubt, not what doubt on. So we did explain that doubt is subconscious or secondary mind. Definitely it's the mental state. Doubt is mental state, nothing to do with any physics. Doubt is mental state. And generally, I guess most of us, we know that doubt means you cannot understand clear, which is right or wrong, or which is yes or no, right? That kind of mind, confused.
Is it as much confusion as the inability to fully accept or believe?
It could be, yeah. That is how activity is doubt. So now, what is doubt? And then doubt on what? And doubt brings you what? That's kind of this we talk, right? Yeah, definitely. What doubt lets you not complete any activities. That's the we'll talk. But in general, yes, doubt is just something that you have a confused to decide anything. or not knows clears. That's how we describe the doubt. So again, what's up on the text here? Say, what is doubt? There is a ambivalence.
Ambivalence.
Huh?
Ambivalence.
Say it again.
Ambivalence.
Oh yeah, ambivalence. I'm not talking the car ambulance. Okay, ambivalence about the truth and so forth. That's it says down. And if I read like a few lines here, of these mental reflections, the letter 3, the view and doubt only have form that are contrived. The remaining ones have form that are innate, as well as form that are contrived. Okay, that's what we're talking about. So anyhow, here doubt say ambivalence, right? Ambivalence about the truth. That's the doubt. So and also say it is disturbed you to engage the virtuous actions or virtuous deeds. So but again, when we say it's just like a confusion, so the confusion has few different things here, right? You are completely confused, cannot decide anything what is actually it is, right? That's the doubt. But sometimes, we confuse, but some reason we be thinking, oh, it might be that one, right? So let's say, okay, take example our life. So, and someone asks you a question. Okay, sometimes in the outside they make they like a human being. Let's say there are a lot of fake flower there, right?
Mannequin.
Yeah, I can take the example, the fake flower. And then when you look at this fake flower, say, okay, we're completely confused. It is real or fake? It's like equal, you have an equal thought here. It's real or fake? Nothing saying it may be real. It's not saying may be fake. It's not say that. Completely equal that say it's real or fake. That's the one kind of doubt, right? So, but you must say, okay, it may be real. That's still doubt, right? You move forward to fact, right? But still doubt. And then you might think, oh, it may be fake. It's also a doubt, right? Doubt is not necessarily always remaining just confused, right? So it could be go here and there a little bit. Still doubt because you cannot just take decisions. Clear? Okay. So the flower is the fake. This flower is the real, right? And then when you say it may be real that your doubt moved to like a toward into fact, which is we count as like a not completely mental affliction. In general, we count that doubt is the root of mental affliction, one of the root of mental affliction, right? It is mental afflictions, it defilements. But when doubt say, okay, maybe it's that kind of fact, where maybe it's flower, is real, right? So that doubt is kind of virtuous, right? And then the doubt move forward to the wrong way, which say maybe fake. That is non-virtuous doubt. And then so the completely confused, right? You cannot say maybe fake or maybe real. Just I don't know what is it. So that doubt is mental defilements, right?
How is doubting that it is fake a non-virtuous action? What if it is fake?
But like I say, the flower is fake, right? Because you move toward to the wrong way.
Oh, you're assuming it is real.
Yeah, no. You're assuming it is fake. No, this flower is okay. So what's it? Yeah, when you think this flower may be fake, right? You're going to move toward to the wrong way, isn't it? Because it's real.
Okay, so we're just assuming that in reality it is real.
Yeah, reality it is not real. Thinking it's not real. That could be the wrong.
But the
Something
starting-
real.
but the starting point is that it is real.
Yes,
Okay.
it is real, but thinking maybe it's not real.
Okay, understood.
That's kind of not virtuous, yeah. Yeah. So in generally, you should know that the three kind of doubt there, right? So doubt is not the only one that confusing. And then here we count it as mental defilements, the doubt, which is the equal doubt, which is not maybe real, not maybe fake. It's just equal doubt. And then if we look at the so when we have a sutra called Nirvana, Great Nirvana Sutra, something like that. Mahaparinirvana Sutra. Yeah, in that sutra, there are a lot of doubts counted. As they counted, as in sutra, counted a lot of doubt. In generally, in our daily life, many doubt, right? Because as well as we have ignorance, then a lot of doubts comes, right? So we have a many doubt in our daily life. So and then so the assumption mind, I'm not saying it is doubt, it is act like a doubt. It exactly how the doubt disturbed to us, same the assumptions disturbed to us. You follow me? And then look at our general daily life. Most of our decision is assumption, with the assumption mind, isn't it? Yeah, then it's maybe danger, right? So, because why assumption mind? Most of our decisions goes with the assumption mind, because we easily believe anything, easily trust on it, like anything, right? So that is the problem. So, or we easily rejected it, easily trust it or easily reject it. Both are problem actually. So therefore, most of our decisions goes with the assumption, as well as go with the assumption, then you will never find the fact or a truth, right? So until you not found the truth, then as well the path are wrong, then experience always brings you suffering. That kind of relation here. Okay, so yeah, what is doubt and how many doubts there? That's we talk. And then it's important to know what things cause us to have doubt, right? So again, I go back to sutra. No, one of the shastra, not the sutra. It is a commentary of sutra, Tengyur, composed by Asanga. It's counted like a 6 cause of doubt. The first say here, Thamba Mayimbe Chunyamba. Thamba Mayimbe Chunyamba. Thamba Mayimba means who is not the experiential and knowledgeable one, not listening to experiential and knowledgeable ones. That is brings you doubt. You see connection? Okay. So and the another next one it counted cause of doubt is it's a Tumba Lopartupa. Tumba Lopartupa means the meeting with a wrong teacher. That brings you doubt. And then the third one is interesting here. So who you have a belief that sees 2 different kind of traditions, 2 different meanings, right? Something that which you have a belief that you can see. Okay, I believe generally say I believe in Buddhism. Okay, then Buddhism has a many different way to explain it. That makes you doubt. Or some, if you believe on some the two different master, you can say example, right? Two different master, then that two different master are doing exactly opposite, but both of you have trust, and both doing exactly opposite. That brings you doubt. That causes you have doubt. You understand, right? And then, so someone that naturally is having dual faculties, that will have a lot of doubt. And then also you will have a more doubt because of that. The object is too profound, very profound. That could be cause you doubt. And not only profound, and another is if object is so vast, it's a bright, like a what's a vast? Vast.
Large.
Yeah, large. That also could be have a doubt. That's 6 doubt counted in the like a Asanga text, and also some others texts mentioning that ignorance. If you have this is not different than, like I say, whoever naturally dull faculties will have more doubt. Same way that who have more ignorance, strong ignorance, that much doubt they will have it. So that therefore the ignorance is also count the cause of the doubt as well. And then this book, the Kadamba, especially the commentary of this chapter, that said, it not just exactly say it cause you have a doubt, but it say it increase your doubt once you are lazy, right? Once you are having more lazy, that increase your doubt. You see the related? Lazy increase your doubt?
Because you're not pursuing it, like you're not.
There could be, yeah. That would be one thing, yeah. You're not pursuing, you're not study, and then that whatever you doubt have a remaining, and then it increases. So therefore, laziness is also counted as a cause of doubt, right? To see the doubt, why it's important to knowing the cause of doubt. Because every simple things, if we knows, then we can apply exactly the antidote for it to overcome by it, right? So yeah, last time we have a retreat with the Tibetan youth, like last month, I think. And then when they ask question, sometimes they have a confusion between anger and resentment. Sometimes they have a confusion between like attachment and something else, you know. And then when they ask question, then I say, oh yeah, this is not the anger, this is resentment. So because way to think, way to act, and thus understand, okay, this is not anger, this is resentment. So if you kind of like understand difference between like distinguish between like the anger and resentment, then you can know what's happening with me now, what my thoughts are associating with. And then once you know it's more associated with the anger, then you can apply antidote for remedy for it, right? And once you know, good morning, it's like for resentment, then applying that the antidote for anger is not that much help. You have to apply another antidote for resentment. So that kind of understanding, if we like split it like a more goes with the details, then you will know what thought it is and what doubt kind of it is. And then once you know that what doubt it is, then you will know, you will understand how it can overcome by it. And as well as you know the cause of the doubt, same way it's help you to how to overcome by doubt. All right. Therefore, we are just going those kind of details here. Okay. So anyhow, are you clear now that the cause of doubt, or once time we want to repeat one time? Let me repeat one time then, okay.
Mm.
So the first here from like a Asanga text, right? The first here is the cause of doubt is you're listening for who do not have experience and knowledge. That one cause. And then you meeting with a wrong master. That's also cause for the having doubt. And then you're seeing conflict between the practitioner or practice itself, which you have a belief. That's also doubt, right? And then naturally, the having doubt faculties also a cause for doubt, having doubt. And then the teaching or the subject itself is too profound. That causes you have a doubt. And then the subject itself is too vast. That's also cause you have a doubt. And as well as additional here, ignorance is cause for doubt. And then laziness also cause for doubt, right? Okay. It's not counted here, I guess. Assumption, I think assumption mind is also cause for doubt, right? So you are confident, you are like your decision, you take decision something with assumption, and then you're very confident. Okay, now I'm take decisions. But you really not know that what result comes in the future. So that causes you to doubt. Right? So if results wrong, then you will have a doubt. Oh yeah, my decision is not good. So my decision was not good. So because of that, the assumption mind. Okay. So
Georgina has a question.
okay, Georgian, go ahead. You are mute.
Georgina, you're on mute.
So Geshe, going back to your first discussions about doubt, what I think I heard you say was that leaning towards the positive is a virtuous action, and you were using the flower, is leaning toward a negative doubt an afflicted emotion?
Yeah, afflicted or non-virtue, that's it, yeah.
Okay.
And equal doubt as well, afflicted.
Also, okay. And I assume that is a non-virtue until or unless we actually examine the issue, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a flower, we feel it and we can tell if it's a real flower or a fake one. So do we then overcome that afflictive emotion by examining the issue at hand?
Can you repeat the last one?
Is examining, in this case, the flower, that overcome the non-virtuous or negative emotion or affliction?
Overcome, right? It will.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was implied in what you said, but I just wanted to check. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Actually, I'm going to cover that how we can overcome by doubt, right?
Okay, sorry.
No problem. So, okay, so far, what is doubt and how many different type of doubts and what cause of doubt that finish. And But important part is learning here, and then while you are in daily life, in your home, outside, again, examining your thoughts, it's important. Then as well as you know definition of doubt and then different type of doubt, then you will realize what kind of thought it is now. So actually, what is the opposite of doubt actually?
Trust.
Trust is
Certainty.
certainty, yeah. So as we say here, describing doubt is as a mental state, the kind of the mental state. So it is mental state, and then you go back to what is the opposite of doubt, find something that mind, which is the opposite of the exactly doubt. So what mind could be the exactly opposite of doubt?
Different from certainty? You're saying a different,
The knowing different from certainty?
are you looking for a different answer than certainty? Because that sounded pretty good.
Yes. Yeah. It's some kind of mind, right? Because of doubt is mind. And if doubt is mind, then opposite should be found within mind. Not the
Confidence.
cloudy.
Clarity.
Yeah, clarity. You mean the mind which is clear? Okay. Sean, you said confidence.
This is Jeff, and I said
I'm sorry,
confidence.
Confidence, yeah. I think confidence is it's again doubt, questioning. The confidence could be go with the assumptions, right? As I explained earlier. So confidence, right now you have a confidence, but the confidence that decisions comes with the which thought, that's that decision, that's questioning again. And clarity is generally, I can say yes, the clarity mind, the mind clear, the clear mind again. So we are investigating, okay, we are like just contemplating on it. So the clear mind, it's very much depend on or how to say, okay, depend on reasoning. What reasoning makes you clear, right? So okay, so
What about faith?
the faith, yes, yeah, as Chopin said, trust. Faith, trust is, I think, not exactly opposite of doubt, right? We have a blind faith.
Geshe,
Uh-huh.
could it be knowledge or experience?
Yes, but it is like I see it is actually which you see is the overcome by doubt, which once you have a knowledge and experience that let you overcome by doubt. But exactly opposite. Sorry. Truth is not describing one kind of mind, the mind that we have to find. Truth is not the mind, right? So truth could be anything. So let's say
Could it be realization?
yes, realization could be, yeah. Realization could be. So I think, yeah, we take realization as the opposite of the doubt. So sometime we give the mind we call the valid cognitions, right? The valid cognitions and realizations are the same, right? So yes, another simple way to say wisdom, right? The wisdom is opposite of doubt. Wisdom knows what is right and wrong. Doubt do not know, confused, right? So we can take the wisdom as the opposite of doubt, which is also associated with the realizations, and it is clarity, and the wisdom brings you confidence, yes. But any confidence is not necessary to overcome by doubt, or exactly opposite of doubt, because it's not necessary that you overcome by doubt. Confidence, right? And then faith as well, trust as well. So it's not necessary overcome by doubt. Therefore, it's not exactly the opposite one. The opposite should be the which can let you overcome by doubt. Because it's the exactly opposite one, right? So yeah, they can take the wisdom or realizations or like the valid cognitions. Those are the opposite of doubt. So so therefore, if you think how I can have the realizations or valid cognitions or wisdom, then you will know how I can overcome by doubt. The same, right? So so therefore think how we can build it up the wisdom. Okay, so that's let's talk on it again. How it is just try to say how to overcome by doubt, and then because the same way that saying that how you build up the wisdom, right? So if we go back to the Buddhism, there are three kinds of wisdom talks. All these three kinds of wisdom is help you to overcome by doubt, right? So because the doubt, in other words, the doubt, we have a doubt on the meaning, or we have a doubt on the like concept, or yeah, we have a doubt on meaning and concept, both, right? So first we have to clear the doubt which you have a concept. Then it helps you to clear the doubt on meaning, right? And then we say the first we need to build up the wisdom of hearer. That's it, wisdom of hearer, right? Most of you familiar with it. So, but wisdom of hearer, what does really mean for you again, right? So right now we are listening. Just you hear some kind of line about doubt and cause of doubt. You count it, is this wisdom or not? You hear it. What do you think?
I don't think it's enough just to hear it.
Yeah, okay. So, and then hear wisdom. After you hear, first you have to hear it, then after that it comes some kind of wisdoms, some kind of knowing things, right? So which most are the concept actually. Sometimes it confuses us. We know the meaning because of definitions there, but still concept, not really actual definitions we know. We can say the definition as we are memorize it, but if we go more details with the definition, maybe we not explain enough. That means even you know the definition of doubt, it's still remaining as a concept. That is one kind of wisdom. The first, the hear wisdom. Once you hear, and then just hearing it not count, it's like listening. The listening means what, right? Again, do we need to investigate on it? Maybe good to do that. Listening, right? So, listening without catching up anything, we are not counted you're listening, right? You hear the word comes da 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 here, and then you think, oh, it is, and then after 5 minutes, nothing remaining anything here, empty head. That not counted, you hear it, right? So you hear it, but not counted, you listen it. Listening should be catch up some thing there, which can remember it. So here clearly says one of the texts is 원체 로유 마중에 최강 되는 로송아 델라토바시자 시 now to young lormasong. Even you hear it, if you not remember it, then it says not counted as you listening. You listen, right? So listen means you have to remember something. So, and then it's different than hear. You hear it definitely, yeah, but you're not listening. Different between hear and listening, right? First listen, listening, then after that you will have the wisdom of listening. That's how to go, right? You remember something, and then you understand something. Something that you understand something, that is wisdom of hear. Or you remember something, that's just hear, listening it, not the wisdom of listening. Then understand something. That's understand is still, it's just understand concept. You not really understand the meaning. So far, we can take an example here now. We talked about the cause of doubt. Some of maybe you might be hearing first time the cause of doubt, right? And then you might think, oh, okay, those are the cause of doubt. That's kind of understand. It's concept. If we go more details, with the go more example, then it makes you confused again because you not get enough meaning. That right now you have a confidence to knowing that, okay, these 6 are, or these 7 are the cause of doubt. That just you, the wisdom, it is wisdom, which is knowing it, understanding it, but still it is what call understand just concept. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Geshe, are you here talking about the stages of wisdom? Because it sounds like you're talking about pure wisdom. You need to contemplate.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. Yeah, the first it just more goes detail with the what means hear wisdom, right?
Because listening seems more like you're contemplating also.
Listening is you catching up, not contemplating. You catching up. Okay, this is cause, that is cause, that is cause. That's how you catching up. You're not contemplating how it is caused, right? Why is it caused?
You're still thinking about.
Yeah,
You're still thinking about it. So
Yes.
that is contemplating.
Any thinking is not contemplating. I'm thinking this is stable, but I'm not contemplating. I'm thinking it is stable, right? Yeah, I'm not contemplating on it. Contemplating means how come it's stable, what kind of stable, what color is stable, right? Who made it, and also the contemplating. So just recognizing each is kind of like discriminations. You are recognizing each, you're identifying things are, you're still thinking, but not contemplating, right? So therefore the listening or hear wisdom still thought there, but not contemplating. It's this thought is just catching up the what you hear it, right? What you, if you're listening, then you will have a hearer wisdom. If you're not listening, and then you will not have a hearer wisdom, right? That's it's good to know actually. So and then okay, again, depend on how you're listening, right? So recently I saw one video of the one kid's face to the wall and has a paper, and another maybe his mother, they put the one paper on behind his backside, and she draw here, and kids follow drawing how keep feeling, right? You understand what it is? And then the kids writing on the wall, exactly feeling how she wrote in the behind back, right? And then when she wrote the color here, this color, and then kid draws the air, like a big air. They're drawing, the drawing kind of. It's not right. It's kind of like drawing the one creature, right? And then eyes is there, nose is there. Exactly, he follows. Eye, he follows. Nose, he follows. Mouth, he follows. And then also face, he follows. And when she wrote the color, he wrote the air, right? Yeah.
It's like he felt the motion.
Yes.
Misunderstood the
Yes.
motion.
Emotion. Yeah. And then she wrote that the body he exactly follows. And she wrote the bottom. It's not like it's wearing curd like some kind of yeah. He exactly follow it. And same way she wrote the feet. He exactly follow it. But when she wrote that like it has a design on the cloth. She wrote the design. He wrote very small. What shows me these things is this is exactly how we are. We are, the many things he exactly follows, the air and not really, eyes, nose, body, and leg, feet, everything he follows. And then she did not wrote the hand. Instead of she wrote hand, what she wrote it? Yeah, when she wrote the air, like air, then he wrote hand. When she wrote the color here, and he wrote the air.
You saying collar?
Like when we wear the shirt, it has
Okay,
something.
gotcha.
Yeah, okay. So, and he wrote the air, right? What I see this is he is drawing based on his thought, but yes, follow the motions, but mainly based on his thought that he drawing it. Therefore, he knows it has a feet, exactly draws. He knows it has the eyes and nose, exactly draws. But he never noticed that color, what color?
That's correct.
Color. But instead of that, he thought, oh, it is my ear, you know. What is his, he like 80% follows, but others are assumption based on his own thought. Then as his creature, it must be have an air, right? So that kind of things. Why I'm taking this example again? How we listening. So right. So same way when we talk here, and if you're listening based on your understanding of thought, then the same as like the kids. You drawing something, follow exactly, but sometimes you miss because your thought. Oh yeah, this is that. You already decided before you hear it. So your mind is not really clear. The kid minds, it's exactly, actually, he's following both motion and his thought. His experience, the previous experience, which he saw, right? So he followed both experience and motion. Therefore, it cannot, as well as like not completely following the motion, right? It too much, very concentrate the motion, he might be exactly follow it. He cannot exactly follow it. Also, something wrongs because he's based on also his own experience. So therefore, when we're listening anything, your mind should be very clear and concentrate every single word when we talk it, when you're listening talk. This is the important part. This is a how to listening, right? So, but there are many similarity there, word you might hear again when you're listening some things. Which word you hear before, which things you learned before, you might hear it again, right? When you hear it again, and then same time, if you not really pay attention, it goes to your own thoughts. It's not really listening. Oh yeah, this is I know, right? Okay, that's talking Bodhisattva now. Oh yeah, Bodhisattva is that. Oh, this is talking impermanence. Oh, this is impermanent I know. You're not, that thoughts actually disturb to you to continuous listening every single word, right? So therefore, you not hear everything. Isn't that something that meaningful we should know? Okay, so that's is, yeah, and then it's very much depend on how you hear it. Then you can are listening it, right? So again, I'm one more time repeating difference between hear and listening. Hear, just general how we know it is. Listening means you have to remember something. You have to catch up something. Otherwise, not counted as a listen, right? Then listening is also good to listen with the clear mind and with the more mindfulness. Focus on anything that comes up your mind. Oh yeah, I know that. Just immediately stop it and continues listening. Maybe you might hear different. Even talking about same impermanent, you might be some additional, maybe hear new things. Yeah.
If you don't understand something, can you say you're not listening properly?
Not understand.
Yeah, if you don't understand it because you're not listening properly.
Yes or no? Yeah, right? Because when we look back to the cause of doubt, one cause is because subject is profound, right? Subject is profound. You hear it, you're listening it very like a consistently, like a mindfulnessly, right? But as topic is profound, then you not understand clear, right? That's possible. Yeah.
Like if the gap between what you know already and the profound over here.
Yeah.
You could listen as much as you want, but the gap is too wide. Right?
Yes, it is. Then you have to hear many times, again and again, again and again. Then you get more close and close. Then one day you will understand. Yeah, some profound things are. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, that's between hear and listening and how to listening, right? And after you listening, you will have a wisdom of a hearer. That wisdom of hearer is most of us satisfied with it. Now say, I understand. Because when we checked it, it's just wisdom of hearer. Sometimes say, oh, I understand it. Wait a minute, let me read the book. Right? Someone asks to you, okay, what is the life? Then you know something, right? You know something in your mind. Then you already say, yeah, I understand that. And what it is, wait, let me read the book. That really counted, understand? You rely on a book. It's their wisdom, it's not your wisdom. You're repeating their wisdom, right? Who composed the book? You're repeating their wisdom. Therefore, it's not your wisdom. Therefore, shouldn't say, I understand. Or you don't look at the book. It's too conflict, right? You see the conflict between the reading book or you asking something, oh, someone asked me this, what is this? Still you rely on it until something that meaning you rely on a book or someone else that is not your wisdoms, or you even you not understand clear. Sometimes the hearer wisdom, we call it the wisdom borrowing from others. The hearer wisdom is similarly, or sometimes we call hearer wisdom is like you put the stick. Sometimes we make tight the tan, putting the what called stake, right? You put stake on a mud. It's not really strong. It easily moved it out. Easily moved, right? So that is the hearer wisdom. But most of us, if we don't know between different hearer wisdom and contemplating wisdom, most of we must be satisfied with the hearer wisdom. And then it is like putting stake on a mud. It cannot hold strong. It easily, or it is borrowing from others, because you go back to look and you repeating exactly the example what book mentioned it. You cannot give your own example, right? So that not call is understand. Yeah, know something, you know something, yes, but not understand. So this is the hearer wisdom. And also interesting here, how Buddhists explain the hearer wisdom. Hearer wisdom is something that you have knowledge, right? Because you know something, even its concept. It's not deep meaning you know, but it just, you know the concepts are. Like doubt is concept, definition, it's concept that's just you're not contemplating well on it, you're not reading again and again. So it's concept, but it still counted as knowledge. That knowledge, it says should be one of the sutra mentioned who has the great pride. Okay, who has a great pride? I do not count it as a listener. Yeah, this is kind of interesting, right? So, and then giving example here. Look at the tree, or what we say, the English word is, I think, steep. What say steep? You know, yeah, like in the winter time, there are no fruit, no leaf, and then trees are really what called steep, right?
Bear.
Right.
Barren.
Not the bear. It's like a hard stone. When it has the fruit, then it's like steep. Yeah, steep. Okay, yeah. So it's the steep trees, which do not have the tree which do not have a fruit or a lot of fruit. It will be the steep. Same way, people who do not have a knowledge, it will be steep. That is it, like a pride, right? Cannot bend it. So, and then the other hand is saying that when tree has a heavy fruit, it will be stoop, right? The stoop. Same way, the person who has a great knowledge will be the stoop. That's just how describing who has a knowledge or who do not have a knowledge, right? But having a lot of information and then can explain a lot of things, but still having a lot of pride, not counted as a having listening with hearer wisdom, right? Of course, then they will not have the contemplating wisdom, even not have a hearer wisdom. Because that all knowledge not sinks into the heart. It just stays in brain, right? And then your pride is continuously remaining there. Or not continuously remaining also, it increases as you become more famous to knowing those things, right? So that's the step. You know, the person who is step, not really counted as knowledgeable. Person who is like a stoop, then count as knowledgeable. The giving example tree, right? As a heavy, you see that we have a occult, the tree, when you get entering gas, that occult, right?
I don't know.
The nuts, one kind of nut.
Acorn.
Acorn.
Yeah,
Oak
small
Oak tree.
oak tree. Yeah, so it's really heavy, and the branches lying on the ground now, because it's heavy fruit. This is a good example, right? Heavy fruit will be lie down. So, and then no fruit, anything is a steep. So therefore, shouldn't be a steep. If you're doing more steep with the pride, then think that I do not have a knowledge, right? Or I'm not listening, or I do not have a hearer wisdom, right? That's actually, this is really confuse us. You know, that's how we believe. People have a lot of knowledge, have a lot of information, all this remaining in a brain, right? And they can talk a lot. They can answer a lot. Then we think, oh, this is the great person. But Buddhism not counted as a great person. The great person is how much they know, that much they get into the heart. Practice, this is the great person. The great person is not that knowledgeable only, right? So that's good to know, actually, right? And then yeah, it's kind of repeating a lot. I was same as like in general. So I believe too much that I respect too much that who have a lot of knows, right? And then become an abbot or like become a great master. Then same time, I see they do have a lot of mental reflections. I'm not saying everyone, okay? Someone there, lot of mental reflections. When they are same class, right? And then we talk loud, we teasing it loud with the childhood, and then grow up. And then they become more educated, knowledgeable, having more students, right? And then they stop to talk to us. This is the good result of listening, not really counted, right? So how much your knowledge gaining or increasing, that much person be more humble, should be more humble, right? So should be more careful to others, should be more concerning other. If they forget about the concerning other, if they forget about the being more humble because of knowledge, then it is knowledge, not knowledge of heart. We need a knowledge with heart, right? That's the saying. It's not knowledge with heart. It's just brain. It's just machine. It is not different than artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence knows a lot of information. So, but there are no like concerning other, no empathy, no compassion. Yeah. So if you want to live it different than artificial intelligence, then apply in heart, be more humble. That's the exactly Buddhist. That's found me very interesting, you know. So since then, my thought has changed. I see more and more of this with my friend or other teacher. I see more of this, then my mind is changed. Really, how come it is? They know a lot, and then still having strong pride and then anger. How come? Right? And then I found more explanation of teaching. Yeah, that is possible. Who has a lot of knowledge, but still have we do like a contemplating analytical meditation. And this is the first time I saw that Kyabji Pabonga composed one the book to say how to analyze and how to apply the analytical meditation. And that book clearly said that it's very possible, it's very knowledgeable, still not change their mind. It's possible. So, and this is the first time I see it, then it makes my views change. Then I see more and more like this, then completely my views change. Okay, now it's every knowledgeable is not necessary to great person or who have a great wisdom, who understand, right? Then it makes sense. When we were young, the master are saying, if you do not apply for your practice, then you not understand, right? That's the said it. Then that the match. Then finally I got it. What is really meaning it? And then that's the example today. I see, okay, artificial intelligence and humble human. The big difference, right? Don't be an artificial intelligence. Let's say they are master, and that the Buddha text exactly saying, don't be like an artificial intelligence. Be a more human who's who be humble, right? So therefore, which have listening, hearer wisdom, it must be more humble. It should be humble. So, and also said what is sign of what is the sign of hearer more? Being humble. We say Töta Shishidua. Tö means hearing, right? Listening wisdom. Ta means signs. Shishidua means more peace and calm. That's the say. This is the sign of having more hear the Dharma. Gomda Nimodua. What is sign of meditation? Reduce your mental reflection. This is the sign of meditation. Otherwise, you are not meditating anything, right? So these are refers here. Okay. So just additional that what Buddhism talks about the hearer wisdom, right? Who have a knowledge. Okay, this is the one way to overcome by doubt. This is the first step actually, right? And then second step, contemplating. And it also, there are two kind of, you have to separate. Contemplating, you thinking, and having wisdom after thinking. There's two different, right? First you think, then after that you understand something, that's the wisdom. Just thinking is not wisdom, right? Thinking is to having the process for having wisdom. So otherwise we might be confused between thinking and here like contemplating wisdom. Contemplating wisdom after comes you think, and not the same time when you think, right? So after you think, then you know something more deeper. So that's the contemplating wisdom. So that's how we said, okay, once you have a contemplating wisdom, that wisdom is now your own wisdom, not the wisdom which is borrowing from others. But yes, it is based on listening from other, yes, book or teaching or whatever. But you final take decision or conclude it with your own reason, your own thought. Say life is impermanent, right? Then on the another way to say the cause of the doubt, which you hear, then you go back, think again and try to apply on your daily life and finding more experience of this. Actually, it is exactly causing us to have doubt or not. And finally, once you have an experience and a very good reason, say, oh yeah, it is the cause of doubt. Now I found it. It is the cause of doubt. Then when you explain to others, you don't need a book. You don't need exactly the example what mentioned book. You can give your own example. At that time, once you have this wisdom, you can give your own wisdom because you know through by your own analyzing, right? So then anything you can explain shortest, you can explain intensively, you can play with it one subject many different way. That's happening once you have your own wisdom. It is dependent on contemplating or thinking lot. And once you turn it into the contemplating wisdom, that's your own wisdom. Then you can play anything. Someone say, okay, can you please explain me to 5 minutes, what is life? You can explain 5 minutes. Can you please explain me to 2 hours, what is life? You can explain 2 hours, right? And while you're explaining, you can give a lot of examples that which you understand, and then which you can bring something example that which then is suitable with them. You don't have to repeat exactly example what mentioned in text. You no more rely on text, but text brings you that kind of knowledge, yes. But you don't have to rely on text anytime. This is the key. Now you found the treasure, right? Your own treasure now. So you're using your own treasure. So therefore, it's depend on key. You still have to respect that, but your own treasure that you can spend, how much you can spend it, or you can change or not change. 100% you have a control. So this is the contemplating wisdom, right? But again, it's possible. Again, that contemplating wisdom could be changed to the poison. Let's say one of the texts giving example, right? The milk have a lot of potential, right? Like a protein, and it's good for health somehow. And then, but when you give milk to the snake, this turn into the poison. You understand that means? Right. So if the baby drink the milk, get is more strength, right? The snake drink the milk, turn into the poison. So same way that milk is nothing changed, knowledge is nothing changed, but people how can take it, right? So why not we just take this? Who can create it nuclear bomb, right? Yes, that person is intelligent, there are no doubt. Intelligent, right? But it's knowledgeable or not? was good quality or not, that we question. It's question actually.
Is this all, this is leading up to the three baskets again, that ethics and concentration and wisdom have to be taken together.
It is,
And they
yeah.
help each other, but they also would be detrimental separately. Is that?
Yeah, you can
More
take that. Yeah,
beginning of
that's
that.
good understand. Yeah, yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. So that's all how you properly listening, how you properly engage practice. That's very much depend, right? So it's very much depend on the way beginning how you're listening it. So look back to your intention while you're listening it. So that's the big change. So therefore, it says, you know, that intelligence could be misused, right? So when intelligence goes to the misuse, we said it's not great wisdom. We said shut up chelwa. Shut up chelwa means how is it? Oh. Chokol, you have a dictionary in front of you? Why you could
Yes. So
shut up lokpa. Maybe we say easy, okay, my word. I'm using, okay, that's fine. I'm using my word. Wrong wisdom, okay. Then how is this? Wrong wisdom, that we said it. Wrong wisdom is not counted the great wisdom. It's intelligent, but you do not have a great wisdom because they misuse it. They created something to harm to other, right? Therefore, every intelligence is not counted as great wisdom. That distinguish between great wisdom and intelligence, right? In the intelligence used for some meaningful, then it can be great wisdom. Otherwise, intelligence used for misleading or used for something wrong things is not the great wisdom. It's part of wisdom, but that wisdom is kind of broken wisdom, right? Wrong wisdom or broken wisdom. So because misuse it, that's the, again, go back to Buddhism, that's how I described it between these two kind of wisdom. So therefore every intelligence is not necessary to having great wisdom, right? So therefore again, once you having this contemplating wisdom, now you know more by your own way, your own wisdom. It's not let increase your pride. It's not let increase your expectations and attachment, right? That wisdom, having this wisdom, then you think, oh, I'm something special. I'm something unique. I'm like a great. When you think that, it could be increase your pride. And that way it could be increase your expectation and attachment, right? So I'm looking more followers. It's expectation and attachment, right? So this is again, it's your beginning that your wisdom misusing it, because your wisdom using for increase your pride, your wisdom using for increase your attachment, and so on and so on. Those are which is cause of suffering, and not really wisdom, right? Intelligent, smart, but they don't know, bringing suffering into them, right? So therefore not great wisdom. Okay, so contemplating wisdom. So once you have this wisdom, then it's conformed now. It's now that confidence is, I can say, exactly opposite of doubt. That confidence, not every single confidence, right? That confidence. Once you have after contemplating wisdom and having confidence, then I can count it is opposite of doubt. Is, you know, the confidence with the valid cognitions, confidence with the great wisdom, right? So confidence with a lot of reasoning and contemplating. That is the opposite of doubt. Yes, and then no one can change after that. Someone comes say, okay, this cause are not the cause of doubt. then you might have 100 reasons to say, yes, it is cause of doubt, because you have your own wisdom to take decision, right? So therefore, the Buddhist practitioner, Buddha instructed to us, until you have the that contemplating wisdom, you shouldn't reject anything, you shouldn't accept anything. Just go more analyze it, right? So otherwise, anything you rejecting or accepting could be goes with the wrong, right? So since then, once you have this wisdom, but depend on the wisdom with the individual topic or wisdom with the individual subject, right? What you call specialists. So once you have an individual subject, that subject, yes, then you have confidence, you can go on practice and whatever you do it, right? So it's not necessary that you have a contemplating wisdom with anything and all of subject, no, right? There's an individual subject, then go more and more. This is how we need to go. This is one way to overcome by doubt. And then finally, the meditation wisdom is getting more experience. Then, of course, it's it says once you have meditation wisdom, then everything you counting, you owe that. What does it mean? Like say some accounting, like a government accounting, they count billion and billion dollars a day, right? When they come back to home, empty pocket. You understand? They counted many billion and million, empty pocket. And same way, until you have the experience, whatever you're counting, this knowledge, that knowledge, whatever you have information, it's not really says it's in your pocket. It's more there, right? It's more there. Everything you're counting, everything you're knowing is there. Once you having meditation wisdom, that experiences, then it's your. As like a contemplating wisdom is your wisdom, now things are your now. Impermanence is your. And then emptiness is your, bodhicitta is your, becoming yours when you have experience. Until then, not. You're just counting there as the counting many billion and millions as day by day. You understand? So that's how they instructed. Here wisdom, contemplating wisdom, and finally meditation wisdom. We have to go these three to build up with each subject, right? So this is how we need to turn on our own things. This is how we have to turn our own wisdom. That definitely let you overcome by doubt and most of mental afflictions. Okay.
Does Buddhism, so a concept, let's say impermanence, you think about it, at some point you contemplate it, at some point you meditate. Does it give techniques to get from thinking to contemplation? Or is it just a gradual, just grasp it and you get deeper and deeper, and then that thinking like naturally becomes contemplation? Or the techniques, okay, you think about it, but now you want to contemplate, you got to do this and this, which was different.
Yeah, technique there, we must learn something to how to contemplating it and how to meditating on it. But technique is not 100% give you whole instruction one by one, 100%, right? So the ideas give you like a 30-40%, and then rest of 60-70% you have to build it. Because you know the idea, then apply. Once you apply, maybe it's possible that you might find more your own idea how to do it through by experience.
Trying to apply it to yourself.
Yes. Yeah.
Apply.
Yeah. And this is also important. Once you have the hero wisdom, when you're listening, teaching, same time you might receive a lot of instruction for how to do contemplating meditation, how to do meditation and achieve those things. So this is whenever you're learning, at the time giving it is. But confusing is at the time you're just listening, right? You're not engaged practice. Therefore, you might not know many things about it, or you might not have many question on it, right? You're not actually apply on it. You're just listening as like you're watching movie, what is in the screen, right? So, and then when you engage it, then you might find new question, you might find new idea, and then you might need to learn more new. So therefore, the hearer wisdom and contemplating wisdom goes together most of the time. Yeah. And once you have a contemplating wisdom, then apply. There are no problem to apply practice. So even if someone don't have to say to you, okay, you apply practice. Because once you have a contemplating wisdom, you know this is worked. This is the point. This is the antidote. This is the essence. I should get it. Once you have a contemplating wisdom, you will have this kind of aspiration or thought. Then beside that, someone encourage you to do that, right? Because you know clearly that. So this is how it goes. Okay, there's 3 wisdom, which is literally overcome by the doubt. Just let me summary at the beginning, at the disgusting or lingering doubt, what really it means while you're meditating. Shouldn't have a doubt, that meaning it is. And then, and what is doubt? And how many different type of doubt, right? And what cause of doubt, and how you overcome by doubt. So the next line what called strive and dedication in your practice will be comes with a more next chapter when we talk laziness and so on. It will comes with it. We can talk to them. Okay, any question, further discussion?
Yes, Geshe, I have one question.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Quite often I notice when people are listening in class, including myself, sometimes we don't have a lot of questions. We just seem to be more in the hearer listening and not formulating any opinions and not having any questions. And sometimes we're very conflicted. We have a lot of questions. And I'm just wondering, I've noticed in myself a very big difference in my capacity to absorb knowledge. If I'm filled with conflictions, I'm filled with questions, I want to interrupt. And sometimes no, sometimes we're just, I don't know, I experience it, and I think I witness it in other people in the class. Sometimes we're just absorbing, and it's almost as if we're not thinking about ourselves. We're thinking about the subject, we're absorbing it. And it seems to be 2 very different ways of, I think you would say, hearing, and then it leads to listening. And so that's my question. Is there something in the Dharma or in the texts or in the the commentaries about that, which I've noticed in myself, and I think I see in others, that difference in listening without conflict, without being overwhelmed by challenges and questions and desires to interrupt, and the listening where you're just very calm and you're just absorbing, almost as if without thinking. And the reason I asked the question, as you stated, is that sometimes we're listening just like we're watching TV, and we're not really maybe interested enough to be absorbing, or you use the word, we're hearing, but we're not listening. We're not taking anything away. We're not taking it up. And yet sometimes I notice the exact opposite. If we're really absorbed and we're not waiting to interrupt. And it's sort of like the old adage, like there are those who listen and those who merely wait to talk. Meaning like if your mouth's open, you cannot be listening. I've heard the Dalai Lama say that too. So I'm just wondering if there's any differentiation in the teachings between those 2 methods of listening.
Basically, you're asking that while you're listening, how can I avoid that doubt and thinking?
I guess so. I guess that the doubt, when we're in the listen, like when we're hearers, right? We're hearing and then we're listening, you said. So I agree. Sometimes when we're hearing, we're just waiting for a chance to talk. We're waiting for a chance to interrupt. We're waiting for a chance to ask a question. Maybe that's because we're filled with doubt. Is that what it is? And sometimes we're just listening, we're hearing, and we're not waiting to talk. We just aren't moving our mouth. We're not speaking. We are just merely absorbing. And it seems to be a more effective method of gaining the information, of taking up the information.
I think I don't think we have some kind of technique for that instead of your mindfulness. So, and then beginning when you come to class, you should motivate it that today I'm listening careful, and then while you have a doubt, you write down, okay, this is not time for having think this. Just write down the doubt immediately or remember it, right? And then and then continuously listening it instead of you contemplating on what you have a doubt, right? So your mindfulness is, I think, important at the time while you're listening, and you immediately avoid it. So therefore, in the middle, while you were teaching, I will allow you guys to ask question in the middle, because don't think I'm blaming you, okay? Because it's a system like this, right? You're forgetting your question, right? So therefore, I allow you to ask question in the middle. I'm not saying all of you like this, but the majority I see after I came here, in our monastery, how we do is we not allow question in the center. We have to listening. The teacher is teaching 1 hour, right? And then we listening. And then at that moment, we do have a lot of doubt, but we try continuously listening what teacher is saying it. More value to teacher word. We value to teacher word. Okay, this is only today time, right? What is the subject today? So teacher will not repeat us the same subject tomorrow. This is the time. I should value every single his word, right? That's how we motivated, and then we're listening it. Same time, we have a lot of doubt and questioning it. At the end, then we doing debate with the teacher, and then yes, we can ask question, we can discussion with it, we can debate with the teacher. But sometimes most of we remember most of question what we had during the listening time, and then we can do this. And one opportunity we have it, even we cannot ask the teacher, we go to debate ground, right? And this is the exactly time for bring you all doubt. But we do have that. And then especially even around 2000, when we down like in 1970, 1980, no recording there. Right? Some tape record there which can record it, but still teacher are not allowed that. But the 2000s, then people having more recording, the recorder, right? But teacher never allows us recording it. No, your brain, use your brain, use your brain. So not let us recording, right? So, but sometimes we might think, how is teacher is silly? I'm really learning better, therefore I'm recording. But not recording is better. You not recording is learning better, but it's kind of excuse that I'm learning better, therefore not I'm recording. Why not allow? It's wrong, right? But it's not wrong. For my experience, it's not wrong, right? So, but anyhow, they not allow us recording. And then as well as not allow recording, right? Even like during the time, not allow us to take notes. And but almost we're not taking notes. We don't have that kind of experience taking notes. So therefore, we have a training that since young, everything have to catch up by your brain. This is training. It's very different on training, right? So that training is really helpful. And then that's how we go. And then everything's catch up with your brain. And when you go back home, then you can write it. Every note you have it, and every doubt you have it. This is really helping more your making your recollection stronger, because during the teaching time you too much pay attention, everything catch up your mind, and kind of you miss 70%, not 100%. Sometimes it's depend on how you wise, right? So, and sometimes catch up 60%, 70%, and then go back to home, rewriting it. It's a lot of help. That because rewriting is you are listening again, right? With your brain. It's much better than listening from recording. You writing and listening from recording is big difference. Listening your brain and rewriting, it's a lot of help. And listening your brain and debating, like a debating on it, like your all doubt, it's big different than rely on a book and recording. So this is how we have a trend. But here you do not have this kind of trend, right? So since young, and therefore it's allow you question us in the middle. This is the my reason. And another things, while you're listening, yes, definitely you should more practice to avoid the thoughts and doubts are, and then valued every single words at the teaching time, 1 hour, right? And then try to catch up everything to your mind. And then once you got home, this is your time now. You have to take note, you rewrite it down. It's your time now. And it's doing this is a lot of help. Do it again. It is part of the beginning, contemplating what I hear from teaching, right? So this is, yeah, this I can say it's your mindfulness. Depend on your mindfulness.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I also noticed sometimes you'll ask questions in the middle of a class to find out what we're thinking. Sometimes you'll ask, oh, I want to know if you understood this. What did I, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish we had debate grounds and we had rules of not taking notes. That would be good. Thank you very much.
Need to reduce a lot of anger then.
Yeah.
Because again, different training, right? Since young, train, debate is learning. And then here debate is winning. Then it's turned to anger. Debate is not winning. Debate is learning.
Thank you, Geshe. Thank you.
Yeah.
What sometimes often to prepare for class, I'll read the commentary, I'll read the material and then read the commentary for the first time.
Yes,
and I perceive it a certain way, and I have a hard time understanding some of it. But then I come to class and I hear your explanation of it, and my perception changes. And then I go home and I read the commentary again, and it changes again.
That's nice.
I find that really helpful, because I feel like each step, it's never complete. Like the first time I'm really like some of the material struggle with. And then you add a lot of insight. And then when I go back and read it after having heard your lesson, it unfolds again. And I just find that very helpful for my own process. How I'd share.
That's great to share, and it's very good way to learning it. And still, I can say it's a hearer wisdom, right? And then go more find your own. Even like what I explain is, don't take it everything's right, right? So maybe I wrong explain, possible, right? So you go back and think again. Or maybe possible if I don't think they have another commentary there. If possible, we can read another commentary, then sometime it brings you more,
The material that we do in the past, I always feel like I'm moving toward contemplation. When it's new, this is the current topic.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to take it in as accurately as I can.
Yes.
But what we were studying 8 months ago is beginning when that's what I spend my time meditating on. That becomes more part of my life and more to my heart. Whenever it's new, I feel there's a lag of several months before I can start contemplating efficiently, beneficially.
That's nice. Yeah, it's nice. So the bottom line, I can say today's topic, clear your doubt and any thoughts while you are studying. When you meditate, shouldn't have any doubt. You just go confidently, fluidly, then you can go move forward, right? So therefore, If you something comes doubt, stop to meditate, go back to learning, study, right? So, and then once you clear that and then come back, meditate, then shouldn't have any caution and doubt, continues. Therefore, very important to clear everything before you apply meditation. Then you makes your meditations very great, and then you can move forward, and then you can achieve something. Otherwise, you never ever achieve by any meditation if you have a lot of questioning, or your study and meditation go together. It's impossible to achieve anything. It's impossible to change anything, right? So therefore, shouldn't we go together? So once you have a doubt again while you're doing meditating, and then stop it, go back to study it, make clear it, then come back. So therefore, it's important. Otherwise, we could do most of the time we're doing together. Okay, I'm going to meditations on Lam Rim, let's say, right? Okay, impermanence, death impermanence, and you're meditating in it. Then something that you don't like it. What is this, right? And then, and while you're meditating, it something questions comes. What is this? So that disturbs you to move forward, right? Not makes you comfortable. It not complete your meditation. So it's good that even what is this comes, things say, okay, this is my time for meditation. I shouldn't have question, or go ahead, or you stop the meditation and go back to study. That's two will help your meditation make better. The meditation is actually practicing, right? And without knowing, it's impossible to practice. Do you have a time? You all have a time?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have a class next. Just I can take more time. So here, well, what I try to saying it. Okay, then I forget it. A busy mind. Okay. Anyhow, what is meditation? Okay. Oh yeah, okay, I remember it. Because many instruction in many center saying life is short, you do not have that much time for study. Why are you wasting time for study? Direct go to meditation. That's the many are saying that, in even today, way beginning of saying that. But once you hear that, if you do not understand clearly that study is how much important, then your mind might be changed when you hear this kind of teaching, because they have 100 reasons to saying that. Life is short. Don't spend time or that much study it. Practice. Inner is more important. Get inner. Get inside, or not spend time. Right? And then sometime some other lineage are saying, oh yeah, Gelokwas are talking that, see, behind that mountain, smoke comes because of their fire. What to do with our daily life? That's what they said it. Because they're too much debate. They're not meditating on it. They just study it. Then you might hear this kind of instruction in the future, because, right? And because here we do not saying you do not go to the other teacher. Here we encourage you to go to other teacher, listening, teaching as much as you can, part of study. You listening it. We encourage some center or some lineages careful saying, okay, if you come here to listening my teaching, you shouldn't listen to other teacher. They're saying it, maybe part of they're careful to, right? But for us, having more information will be the better. So go and listening as much as you can, right? But the conclusions either you have to debate with some kind of things, or you have to do your own analytical, or you come to us to ask question. Okay, what is this? I hear it. Too confused. What I should do it, and then we answer for that. And still, you have to take an analyzing on it. Otherwise, there are many instructions could be confuse you, right? Therefore, study is the important part. And then we are not saying, okay, 10 years you just studied and then you go back to the meditation. We're not saying that. We follow the Kadamba traditions, which is comes from Atisha. The Atisha says, or all follower Atisha says, all these three wisdoms goes together. Today you hear it, you go back to contemplating on it. Once you found meditating on it, you don't have to wait, finish all this chapter, right? So we hear today some kind of idea for overcome by doubt. And then you just go back and contemplating on it and more study on it to affirm and confirm that this is the final decisions. But the final decision not go that much simple and easy, takes your time to think a lot of reasoning. Then final decisions, then you can move practice. And while you are practicing this today's topic, then you can listening other, yes, and do same things. Listening today, go back to contemplating and meditate. So how much you hear, that much you found more reason. How much you found the more reason, that much your practice makes better. So therefore, all this, we think it's equal. Practicing and listening goes equal. At the beginning, more study. And then once you get a lot of information, then more practice, but goes together. That's the Lama Tsongkhapa's idea and instructions. Sometimes you might hear different, but always contemplating on it. And Sakya Pandita, who is the lineage of Sakya, Sakya Pandita said, without studying meditation is without try to climbing on the rock. This is it, right? Okay, let's stop here. Any question further and this session online, or you have any question? Okay. Okay.
Thank you, Gala.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Have a wonderful day.
Good, Geshe.
You